Let's turn this into this and this and this to sell on Etsy with just a few clicks. This video is for you if you have a really popular design that you want to be able to offer to all of your customers on lots of different products, but you just don't have the room for any more stock. It's also for you if you're just so busy that you need to outsource production because you just can't do it on your own anymore. Or if you're going away and you don't want to put your shop on holiday mode, then watch this to see how you can get someone else to do the fulfilling while you're away. Printify might just be your answer to all of those issues. It has a huge catalogue of products that you can add your designs to, and it connects seamlessly to platforms like Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, and even TikTok Shop if you're in the US. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to take your designs off Cricut and turn them into Printify products, then how to link that up with your shop so you can sell them automatically without having to physically make anything. Before we get started though, I do need to mention that if you have been creating your designs using Cricut fonts and elements, then you can only use those to sell things that have been made on your Cricut machine. You can't use them to sell print-on-demand products, unfortunately. And you can't sell anything made in the Create AI section. You also can't sell anything with these little purple stars on either. That is actually why I tend to personally avoid using Cricut elements and why I don't pay for Cricut Access. The Angel policy can be a bit confusing, so I tend to get all of my fonts and most of my elements from Creative Fabrica or places like that, as they all come with a commercial license. Or there is also a section on Printify to design directly onto your product. I'll show you that properly a bit later in the video. Obviously, always just read into licenses yourself though. I can't legally give advice on what can and can't be sold where. You do just need to look into the individual things you're using and use your own judgment. But now that boring stuff is out of the way, let's get going. I'm just using this design as my example. So obviously Cricut doesn't have a function that lets you take your designs outside of Cricut Design Space. So there are two ways you can do this. First, select all and flatten to remove the outlines and joins. Then click this top left corner to remove the grid. Then screenshot just your design. To do this on a Mac, press Shift, Command and 4. And on Windows, press the Windows key, Shift and S. Or alternatively, make sure it fits within a print then cut page size and click Make. Toggle bleed off and use System Dialog on and then click Print. Now when your print settings come up, click Save as PDF rather than printing, and that will save it as a PDF file. The only issue is this one will have black lines around it, but at least you have your design outside of Design Space. If you create your designs elsewhere, then it is much easier. Just save them as a high quality PNG file, ideally with a transparent background if possible. Now open up Printify and create a new account. I'll add a link in the description, and let's go to the catalogue to create our first product. And I'm going to start with a t-shirt. There are multiple options at different price points and in different styles. Then click upload and upload the screenshot. You can't upload the PDF though, as that isn't compatible. So if you want to use the PDF, first upload it to Canva. Pull these lines up and down to get rid of the black lines, and also remove background if you have a paid for version. Then download as a PNG with a transparent background. If you don't have a Canva subscription, it's fine too. Just download as a high quality PNG. And if you haven't already removed the background, this is what it is going to look like. So you can just click this button here, press Quick Remove, make sure it hasn't removed anything it shouldn't have, then click Apply and preview it. There is a gap visible on my design and I don't like where the heart is crossing the A, so I'm actually going to go back to Design Space, unflatten and unite the mama and the heart so it joins properly, and shuffle it slightly to the right. Then just make sure to flatten again before screenshotting. If your design is white, especially if it has white outlines that need to be visible, then you may need to change the background colour by clicking here and change it to a colour that isn't in your design instead, just so when you come to remove the background, it isn't going to remove half of your design. And then it's so quick to just replace that within Printify. And you can see what it looks like on different coloured t-shirts too. Look at different mock-ups to see what it looks like on people. and just select all of the options you want to sell that design on. As I mentioned earlier, there are also various options for creating designs within the Printify design software as well. There are lots of fonts to choose from, shapes, text templates, images, stock you can purchase, and there is also an AI image generator too, which is really helpful if you don't already have a pre-made design. Once you're happy with the placement, click Save Product and click Connect Your Store and Publish if you haven't already done this bit. There are lots of integrations, including some of the most popular like Etsy, Shopify and Amazon, but there is also Printify Pop-up if you don't already have a shop and instead want to share links. I'm going to connect to my Etsy shop, and all you have to do is log in and grant it access. Then publish products and click on your design to edit the listing. And I'm opting in to using AI for the details. So if you do this too, you have to do so little. It populates a title, description, a ton of tags, although I would probably recommend going through and adding your own for these to make them a bit more specific. And you might want to use an Etsy keyword tool like eRank as well to help you find the best ones. You can also enable personalization if your design includes a custom element, but do just know that you'll have to do this bit manually, so it makes everything a bit less automatic. There's some more details in here about how to do it though. And then it also populates all of the shipping data and costs for you. You may need to adjust your product choices to be able to access all shipping options. What's also really cool is that if you have recently had to stop shipping to Europe because of the GPSR restrictions that came into place, Printify have an EU responsible person to cover those, and it will fill in that information for you. So all you need to do is tick to be able to sell within the EU again. They have a ton more info about that here as well. So assign your shipping and scroll down, and they also have populated costs too, with a helpful profit and profit margin, so you can see how much you will make from every sale. It also includes the Etsy fee too, so you won't be caught out. And you can adjust each one if you want to lower the price or increase your margin. And you can use the profit calculator to test out some different numbers before changing the ones on your listing. If you assign free shipping, that also adjusts accordingly too. When you have set all of the details, just hit publish and that automatically adds it as a listing to your Etsy shop. There it is. You may just want to click on it and get rid of any mock-ups you don't need. I would also recommend adding ones with people in as well. Add in categories and materials, add to a shop section. Then once you're happy, publish changes. And once you make a sale, unless you have it set to personalized, then it will automatically fulfill the order for you and send it to your customer. So it really does the majority of the hard work for you. So all you have to do is focus on marketing, customer service, and everything else that comes with running a business. And to add the same design to other products, you just go back to catalog, pick what you want to sell, and go to My Library, and your design should be in there so you can add it again and check how it looks. If you want to add your own background to your mock-up, you can do that here. Just be aware you can't move anything, so make sure the aspect ratio is correct before uploading. And you can select or deselect all of the mock-ups you want to use here before publishing the product. While I'm waiting for that one to land in my shop, I'll also show you a few other cool features about selling with Printify. Once you start selling, they collect insights to help you boost sales. You can pay a little bit extra for packing inserts, neck labels, and gift messages to be added to your packages. And if you subscribe to Printify Premium, you get a discounted price on all of the products in the catalogue, meaning you can make a bigger profit margin or decrease your prices to stay competitive. And there is the candle listed on my shop as well. Do just always double check and preview designs before listing them. Not all of them are going to work on every product. For example, this engraved mug needs a much darker design. And also be aware where the products you are choosing are being shipped from. If you have a lot of UK-based customers, you probably want to preference UK-based suppliers, as then they will be shipped faster and cheaper for your customers. You can also change your preference here at the top when searching. Saying that, if you're looking for best sellers and there is something you want to sell that only ships from the US, you can still do that. Customers may just have to wait a little bit longer for it. You might also want to try ordering a few sample items for yourself as well to see how long they take and to check the quality. So I hope you now feel confident that you can take your designs off Design Space and sell them as lots of different products with very little effort. Obviously, the hard part is creating the designs that will sell and marketing them, but this does give you so much time to focus on that when someone else is fulfilling the products. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more future videos like this. Thanks so much for watching.